Steve, we've got quite a few fighters out starting this Friday, but before we go on about it, I just wanted to quick talk about Scott Fitzgerald, who returned 2 weeks ago. Good return for him.
Do you know what? I was really pleased. It's quite well documented as where Scott been, and he's not been in a good place, but he seems to have turned it round, and we've been telling him now that it's his last opportunity, and he's got a few years to make a living out of this sport. It was great to see him back, and probably wasn't his best performance, but considering where it was, it's a really good performance. He managed to stop a kid in 3 rounds who the European champion took 6 rounds. So a bit of a statement. I mean, last thing he's going to lose is his power, but great to have him back. Eddie said he's going to keep him busy, get him out shortly, and then start looking at the bigger fights for him. I think we just need to take our time a little bit and make sure we get it right with him. But fingers crossed, he keeps on the straight and narrow, keeps getting better, and we can start looking at him fighting for European titles.
But this Friday, it's supposed to be a big fight for us. James Moorcroft against Anthony Tomlinson. It's still on, but it's fell through for, was it going to be for a European title?
It was for a subtitle I'd never heard of before. It's like a European title for people who aren't in Europe, sort of thing. So obviously with the Brexit we've moved on. There's I think it's an EU title rather than just an EU title. He was fighting for that, and that was all done and dusted 8 weeks ago. But apparently 7 days ago I got a phone call saying that they wouldn't sanction it. They've spent the week previously trying to find another belt for him. The fight deserves a belt. They didn't want to put it on without a belt, so they've decided what they'll do is they'll both fight 6 rounders on this Friday, and then the next available day they'll fight probably for that EU, because the obstacle was that James was coming off a loss and they didn't want to do it like that. So touch wood, everything goes right on Friday. James gets a win, the other kid wins, Tomlinson, and then they fight again, whether it's August or September. So it's not the end of the world for James, even though it felt like it at the time.
But like I say, that should be good for the audience, because then they'll get to see them both on the same show, and it'll help to build the fight, to make it a bigger fight.
Yeah, that's so. And both of them have just changed trainers as well, so it gives them a bit of a fight with the new trainers. So I don't think there's a problem for both of them.
And then the week afterwards, we have the rematch. But this time it's no longer VIP v VIP. It's Mickey Ellison, who's still with us, against Charlie Schofield. Yeah. I mean, Charlie phoned me up and asked me if I had any plans for him, and I said, look, we're in the middle of a pandemic, we'll just have to see what happens. And he mentioned that there was someone in the gym who's got plans for him, and the plan must have been to fight one of the VIP lads, which would have been easy for me to make that plan happen. But listen, I'm not bothered. The good thing for me now is obviously that I can support Mickey Ellison, whereas they fought last time. I had to be impartial, and it's not nice watching fights when your 2 kids are fighting. Although opportunities like they had last time, which was eliminator for this English title they're fighting for, is worth doing them, because whoever wins moves on, whoever loses, as long as they put up a good performance, they're still at the same level, and you carry on doing what you do with them there. But and it was a good fight last time.
Yeah, it was a reasonable fight. It was one of those where if you fancied the aggressor, Mickey won. If you fancied the boxer, Charlie won. So let's see what happens there. Hopefully Charlie will be thinking to himself, I've took his punches for 10 rounds, I don't have to fight as timid this time, I'll have a bit of a fight, and then it'll be even better fight for the punters. And obviously from Mickey's point of view, he'll be thinking, well, if he stands and have it with me, hopefully I can stop him this time. So it's an intriguing fight, and I'm looking forward to it. And as I say, 100% support behind Mickey Ellison this time.
Yeah, and then the week afterwards, well, a week and a day afterwards, because it's one of the Saturday shows, we've got quite a bit of interest on it. We've got Mark Leach, Jake James, and Reece Mould.
Mark Leach, obviously he won on the fight camp. and it's supposed to be the winner stays on, but you know, the kid he beat has been on and had a fight since, and then on Saturday night Jason Cunningham got the opportunity, which I felt should have been marked, for the European title against Caldiafi, so well done, Jason. You know what I mean? It's great stories, isn't it, for people who's had the losses like them, and they still show the dedication to stay in the gym and then take that opportunity. I read yesterday Steffi Pull said they only got 3 weeks notice for it, so that's
some
great.
Performance by Jason, wasn't it?
Yeah, and by a fight, going over 3 times to get up.
A great fight.
I'm not saying he fought well, you know what I mean? It was a poor performance in that, but the fact that he went over 3 times and kept coming back and kept trying, made for a great fight. And to be honest with you, that was the only good fight on the card on Saturday night, wasn't it? So he kind of saved the show for Eddie, that. But from my point of view, should have been Mark Leach. Hopefully, Mark gets a chance for that. But at the moment, he's got to win this eliminator for the British title.
Thomas Tsomba.
Yeah, and it's a final eliminator, so he'll be the mandatory if he wins that for the British title, and then hopefully push towards the European as well.
Who's British? Is that Brad Foster?
Yeah.
Super bantamweight.
Yeah. Another great fight, and then on there, Reece Mould, same day, he's coming back. He lost in his attempt to fight for the British title, and hopefully a win, and we'll get him another title fight, because he didn't let himself down at all in that. It was a good performance.
Because I think at the end of the 4th round, it looked like the fight was over, and he managed to drag himself back in there and start winning a few rounds again.
Yeah. Well, in the 3rd, he had Lee Wood hurt, didn't he?
He did.
Maybe just short that little bit of championship experience to get him over the line at that stage.
I don't think he'd been past 6 rounds, had he, prior to that. So
anyway, listen, great performance by him. Unfortunately, he didn't win. Back on the horse on the 5th of June, and then we'll be looking for fights in titles for him again.
And then we've got a highly talented welterweight, Jake James, on there.
Yeah, Jake's on there. He's been out for a while, so it'll be nice to see him come back with a win. And I'm hearing that there's some sort of welterweight shootout they're doing. I can't say too much about him, but you know, he puts a good performance in on that. I'm sure Fight Zone will be looking at him to go into the competition.
A golden contract type thing, you know, where they get 6...
something similar, yeah. But it's going to be done on one night with the winner prevailing, yeah.
Oh, right. So more of a prize fighter format then?
Yeah.
That'd be good.
Yeah, it's not all done yet, but that's what they're looking at. So, yeah, got an opportunity for Jake and for him to get back to us there. Yeah, and Sonny Taylor has got a slot on one about 3 weeks later as well. So
he's our Hull-based cruiserweight, very talented lad.
Yeah. I mean, he's been sparring Parker for the Chisora fight. So
Tyson Fury.
Yeah, he goes out and does his apprenticeship, doesn't he? Sonny Taylor, he's always in the gym, so an opportunity popped up for that, and I'm looking to get a couple more on these Fight Zones things, which hopefully it's going to work, and it'll be great for small or boxing.
3rd of September, Steve, our shows start, and you were just mentioning before that Fight Zone might be interested in filming that first one, because you're talking about a great VIP matchup between Kane Gardner and Nathan Bennett for Central Area.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest with you, I've shared some of the shows that we've got planned for September, and Fight Zone are interested in filming a few, which the first one was going to be on the 4th of September, but we're looking at doing it on a Friday now, which would be the 3rd, and we're looking at a top of the bill Nathan Bennett v Kane Gardner, which is an absolutely fantastic fight, you know. Brave one for them both, because they've been out for a while, and Nathan's coming off the loss to Dalton Smith, which is no shame in that, because as you see again on Saturday, he's a quality operator.
He's looking very special, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean, Kane's been pushing for that fight with Dalton Smith. We took it twice, and for whatever reason, it's never happened. But those two together is actually a great fight. I might ask Dalton to come and do the commentating on it for us or something like that. Yeah, but no, it's going to be a good show. It's not 100% confirmed yet, but it will be done by the end of the week together with some other shows that we're putting together. So hopefully maybe before Friday come back here and instead of talking about our lads on other people's shows, we'll be talking about our own events, and fingers crossed everything go 100% September and hopefully full crowds are back in then, yeah.
Because you have gone a bit mental, because over this lockdown period, is it 26 new fighters you've signed?
Yeah, considering we wasn't looking at any fighters and I particularly wanted to wind down, yeah, we took on 26 new fighters, and the only reason I've done it is with trainers who we wanted them to keep up with me. A lot of them are good lads, and 4-rounders on the shows works to help build up the kids that we've got who are like 6-8 rounders and just need to get a little bit more experience before they start challenging for titles on other people's shows. So like the foundations that we did for them kids and moved them on are going to come in with the new kids, and we'll turn
some
them
of these
around.
lads though, very talented and very young. You just committed yourself to another 10 years, mate.
Yeah, it's silly, isn't it? Yeah, but no, listen, I've told you before, there's a bit of an exit strategy, and I've told the lads as well that they've signed what we're all looking at. But listen, it's good things. I mean, you know, I won't put a commitment to someone and not do my best to try and fulfil it. So, as you say, there's some talented young kids who, to be honest with you, I'm excited about making into champions, mate. Yeah.
All right, nice one, Steve. Let's catch up with you when we get a bit more news.
Cheers, thank you.
Bye.
For all boxing info, news and latest interviews, amateur and pro, across the north, click and subscribe. VIP Boxing Promotions. Also Twitter, Instagram and Facebook.